As a founder and a startup mentor, I've seen a lot of startups making their first steps. But there is one mistake that a lot of startups make that I want to discuss in this video. So let's go. Many startups imagine building and launching their product is like big companies doing that. They imagine companies like Apple building the next iPhone in secret for many years and then having this big launch event, launch the product, a lot of people go crazy and many people will buy the product and Apple get rich overnight. So they try to do the same. They assume what their customers would want. They build it in secret over years, maybe program an app or build a physical product, and then expect this big launch event where they launch the product and then sell the product to the masses and get rich overnight. But in most cases, these startups fail because they're products that they build based on assumptions that didn't turn out to be true. And so the product that they built wasn't the product that their customers actually needed. And that's because what they didn't see was that Apple wasn't building the product only in secret and never talking to someone, but they actually did a lot of things in the background. They did some user research, user testing, and really made sure that the product that they are launching was really the best product for the users. So when you build an innovative product, what most startups are aiming to do, you don't have all the information in advance. You have a lot of assumptions, what the product could be and what the users would like or what they need. But what you as a startup actually need to do is to prove these assumptions wrong or right. And so building an innovative product isn't about building a product once and then launching it. It's more about continuously experimenting what the best product would be that solved the problem of your users. The famous startup accelerator Y Combinator often says that a founder should focus on only writing code and talking to users, and that's all they need to do. So as a startup founder, what you should do is that you should find out as best as possible what your users need with, for example, user interviews, and then build the first version of your product, test this first version with real customers and see what works, what didn't work, what features your users enjoyed or what features they miss. And then go into the next iteration and make your product better and test it again with your users. So it's not about taking a year, building a very good product and then ship it to the users and hope that it will work. It's more about continuously experimenting and continuously shipping the product, testing with users and making the product better step by step. And with every iteration, your product gets better. So building the first version of a product shouldn't take months or years. It should take days or maybe weeks. But this is very hard for a lot of startup founders in the early stage, especially first-time founders. They have this really high expectation of their products. They think about all the features that their product need to have until they can finally ship it to the users because they think that their users or their customers also have these high expectations on these features. But the truth is that your early customers don't really care. Your early customers have a problem that no product in the world currently could really solve. And so you give them this product that can kind of make their lives better, even if it's not perfect at the moment. But as long as this product gives them some kind of value and makes life better for them, they will use it, and then you can ship new features and improvements step by step. And that way make the product better and better over time. But the important thing is that then you know what features your customers actually care about and what they don't care about. And you can focus on exactly these features, because you shouldn't focus on features that your customers don't care at all. Unfortunately, that's what you would do if you would take a long time building your product only based on assumptions. So please don't be too perfectionistic about your first product. Think about what are the minimum features that your users actually need to get a first value from your product. Don't think about making the best, shiny, perfect app possible. Just think about how could they get value from that. And then ship it, test it with real customers, and then see what they actually need and if your assumptions that you had were actually true. Maybe it could be that you ditch the whole first version of your product and then need to build it from scratch. But it's totally okay, it's totally fine, it's a process. It's about experimenting and finding out what your users need. That's the whole path of building a startup. It isn't a kind of building sprint and then launching. It's more about continuously improving and making a better product with every iteration. So what do you think about this lean approach? Was it right for you? And what have you learned with your first iterations? Please share that in the comments below, and see you in the next video. Bye.